course.
For having
But
us.
we really want to know, how did you guys begin?
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
You want me to start or you want
You
to
can
start?
start.
You romanticize it better than me.
You can start.
Okay. So, long story short, a mutual friend of ours, shout out to Scott Bernhardt, he had invited us to.
Scott.
He invited us. He knows that. He knows
He's
we
Cupid.
love
He's
him.
Cupid.
He loves him. So he invited us to participate in a YouTube video that he was doing outdoors, and we didn't know each other, but he invited us both, and we both came and participated in it. And long story short, we kept in contact with each other thereafter. And
I have a question. The YouTube video was fitness related?
It was.
Okay.
He wanted us to do outdoor leg workouts. So he recruited me to come do it because I was always traveling around like tri-state, Bronx, New York, New Jersey. And because they were already longtime friends, she was already there for another video. But, you know, just like how you're shooting different segments.
Yeah, I had no idea about
And
the
you
video
were
with
already in
him.
the fitness world at that
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
So she was growing her brand. I was independently growing Level Up and doing stuff with other partners at the time that I was grooming. And it just so happened that we stayed in contact with each other. And as the Level Up program started to grow, I wanted to put more fitness content up and more videos. So I asked her, would she come in my new
To bring
videos?
those fly little cuties.
Oh, yeah.
Marketing,
I'm crying. Exactly.
I knew she was fly, so I said, look.
Marketing genius, you are. You're just a marketing genius, all right?
I asked her, and she came, she obliged, and I had other people in the videos in different segments, but we stayed in contact. And then when I got a contract to run the UFC gym over in Fort Lee, she was in the Bronx. It was relatively close, so I invited her to come over and like do workouts with me together. And we went out on a date, March 3rd after a workout. You know, she went and showered, I
So
showered.
was it an unofficial date or was it an official date?
It was an official date, right?
Official date.
Yeah, it was an official date because she changed clothes and she came out and I was blown away. I was like, oh, she fly.
Wow, you're like, it's not just fitness now, it's more
I said,
than
oh,
that.
she fly. Yeah, she fly. So, you know, we went out. My dad and my brother happened to be there too. So they got a chance to see her for the first time too. And I was like, okay, you know. And, you know, we all know.
You didn't take your family to the date?
No,
with you,
no,
right?
No, nothing like that.
You gotta
Look,
clear it up for
they
the
wanted to
crying.
come. They wanted to come see the
Imagine.
gym.
That's true.
So they wanted to come see the gym.
Oh,
And, you know, this was a 12,000 square foot gym, so it was a huge gym. So it was their first time seeing it. So my brother, ironically, my dad is from Rawway. So he lives around the corner from here. So he literally hopped in the car. My brother wanted to come up and see it. So it just so happened that day they collided where he saw me going on a date with her right after. So it was like,
Got me and his dad on our first date.
Okay, you got daddy's blessing on the first
look, they
date.
talk all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
They have a very tight relationship. So here we are 4 years later. But in between that time, 4 years.
4 years later.
So,
Wow. Okay.
in between that time, though, obviously the pandemic hit, so the whole world kind of stopped. But it was a blessing for us because it allowed us to get very close during that time. And as we got closer with each other, you know, Shai, she's also a physician assistant.
Yeah.
So, you know, she's working in the hospital.
Making sure you're okay.
Well, she was in the hospital. She was literally.
She was
dealing with
risking her
people.
life. He
Well,
was worried
she could
about
tell-
her.
Yeah.
She could tell that part of it because
Yeah.
I was more fitness side of it. She was like
Yeah.
in the hospital in the front lines with
That's
people.
tough.
Yeah.
So how was it working during the pandemic?
During the pandemic was definitely rough for me being on the front lines as a physician assistant because I was witnessing a lot of deaths like rapidly. And having to call family members and letting them know that, you know, their family member just died after they dropped them off the night before, you know, that's not an easy pill to swallow. So it was definitely rough.
So how did you guys fuse together and create this powerhouse like program and like gym and everything? Because I mean I see it all over my Instagram. Everybody in my industry, guys,
Yeah.
is there every day.
Yes.
So if you don't know about them, I don't know if you're not on Instagram or what, but they're popping over here.
Thank you. So Level Up itself transitioned from, it kind of grew, it evolved almost like a snowball going downhill. The online program had grew so popular and I had spin-offs of that. And then when the fitness management side came where the commercial gyms entered and I went into contract where I was basically the facto general manager for Fort Lee, UFC Fort Lee, and I had also trainers working over in UFC Orange. During this time, we had grew so popular because we started to get celebrities like Method Man, Bernice was coming, and her Instagram was really, really large. So as all of this was going out over and over again, it just kept growing and growing and growing. And then the more we got results for our clientele, the internal referrals just kept going bigger and bigger and bigger. And we didn't even know who was going to come in next. It was so exciting. It was just like every day through Instagram, somebody new was saying, hey, I heard about you guys. Can you help me? Can you help me? And it just continued to grow, and our team grew. So I was very much about taking this hustle, in a sense, and growing it into an enterprise where you can have reliable sources of income. And in our first year, even during the pandemic, we generated like $500,000 in personal training. So we were like, wow, we're really on to something. And the ownership team that I was a part of said, can you do like 4 or 5 other UFCs? So it was going to be spread super thin, where like my attention and building teams was going to go in that route. But then something.
You were making somebody else rich.
Correct.
And not focusing
right.
on
So I was getting, a large percentage of the profits, but at the same time, I would have been stretched very thin. Right. So sometimes, opportunity presents itself during chaos. And we learned that the majority ownership was behind in rents from the pandemic, because obviously for 4 months, if the gyms, New Jersey mandated that the gyms be closed. So you can't pay a $40,000 rent per month when you're closed, and you can't charge members. So because of that, they were kind of deadlocked with the landlord. The landlord said, hey, I had to pay the mortgage, commercial, you got to come up with it. Yeah, so unfortunately, they could not come to an agreement. So we learned literally in the middle of the summer of 2021 that they were going to part ways. And we were like, wait a minute. We have so many people that endear to us, that prepay. Some people pay for the whole year. They loved us so much ahead of time. So we were like, we can't let these people down. We have literally over 100 people like coming to us right now.
And what was crazy is that we had a whole party planned.
Yeah.
Like a joint birthday party planned, in the midst of all of this. Yes. And we just having fun. We don't know what we're going to tell these clients.
Wait a minute, so did they get their money back or
no? Oh, no.
So we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. So we didn't have to, fortunately. I don't panic when stuff happens.
I'm going to take a drink because I'm scared.
Yeah. Listen, the plot thickens. It was chaotic. People were jumping ship like we were the Titanic going to go down. So some of the team was leaving. But, I like to see a lack of loyalty just as much as I like to see loyalty, because I want to know who to rock with.
Exactly. Facts.
So I saw some people act out and, run their separate ways. And we also was doing something really, really special during the pandemic. We were selling actual weights to the public, a part of a huge group. So we had also did like $500,000 in sales of selling weights.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
it was a shortage.
I was looking, and there was a shortage. Like you couldn't get beyond 25 pounds.
Listen,
not even on
Amazon said
nothing.
you had to wait 3 months to get it.
Yeah.
So we seized that opportunity by joining a group where we were literally putting together like 40, 50, 60,000 at a time, buying up the weights, and then we selling to the public almost twice the money. So although that was only during a finite period, 3-4 months where it was just like everybody wanted to get the weights, we had amassed enough where when it was time to pivot during the chaos, we had money, and we said, well, we didn't have to go to the bank, we didn't have to do traditional loans or anything. We was just like, all right, what are we going to do next? So I started looking for soft landing places, and by God's grace, literally, I found a place that was 2 doors over from where we were. It was an old Sprint store that just sat during the pandemic, and nobody did anything with it. We did the renovations, all within 30 days.
Wow.
Transformed the place.
It was less than 30 days. It was like 26 days.
Yeah, 26 days to be exact.
Wow, that's
quick,
amazing.
like a quick
Because
turn.
I've done
But we
business
had
before,
to
and it
because-
definitely takes me more time. But in the gym, you don't need so much certain outlets. Like for example, I have a salon, so you need plumbing, electrical, all these
Right,
extra things. as of a gym, it's a little bit more different.
Right.
So I see why, you guys could have opened much more faster.
Even
Well,
so,
not
it seems
even.
like-
we had to take a risk.
Yeah.
We literally had to put out a total of like 80,000 to get it started. That
No,
included-
definitely the money comes with it. I'm
Yeah.
saying about the time, because usually businesses, they take very long because of zoning, permits, and all that stuff. And a gym is more like a box, and you
Yes.
put in machines and stuff like that, or
Yeah.
you lay out mats.
Correct.
It's not the same as a salon. I lasted like a year and a half to open my business and paying the rent.
Yeah.
And again, the pandemic being closed, there is no salons.
Well,
So I
fortunately,
took a really big loss.
So fortunately for me, to your point, because you're absolutely right, because sometimes contracts, permits,
Yeah,
etc.,
all
can take
that.
time.
Take time.
The gut work and everything else. My dad is also a contractor for many years. He's from here, from Broadway,
Yeah.
right? So I had his expertise and help. He was hands-on. We also had a number of other contractors that came in. So we were simultaneously juggling all of our clients at another gym, but then splitting the day and coming back, working with contractors, getting the space ready around the clock. So it was happening every day where we hardly were sleeping because we were doing both at the same time.
Yes.
So imagine you up 4 and 5 in the morning, working with clients until like early afternoon, like nonstop. So we had so many people because we were holding all of this money, and then we
You guys
simultaneously,
had a vision.
Exactly.
You went through with it.
And that's the good thing, that they executed quickly because they were able to like flip it, they
Pivot
saw their
quick.
results, they saw the need, they took their season.
Absolutely,
So that's
absolutely.
amazing.
That's the problem with a lot of people. Like, if you don't adapt fast to change, then you're gonna end up getting lost in the sauce somewhere.
Absolutely.
And even like running with the season, for example, like if you, the other day I was telling somebody, you know what, that was genius, and maybe we should be like more proactive. And when they were selling those glasses,
Oh, for
to
the
watch
eclipse.
solar eclipse, I said,
Yeah.
you know how
Yeah.
much money
They
these
made,
people
yeah.
made that
Yeah.
sold them glasses?
Yeah, no, it's true. They sure
But
did.
somebody saw the opportunity and they were like, yo, let's jump on it.
That's
Just
right.
like
The weights, just like the weights,
Let's jump on it.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Like,
So
who would have thought?
That's amazing that you guys saw that in foresight. Like,
Yes,
literally.
yes.
That-
Look,
that's amazing.
listen, sometimes, networks, having strong networks with a lot of people, it absolutely helped because we were in contact with so many people. And then the beauty of us simultaneously dating, we're not going to say that it was always just like smooth.
Yeah, tell
But-
me about that. You doing business together, because I've done business with an ex-partner, and I don't mind doing business, but you have a vision, he has a vision, and finding the middle ground where, okay, we're gonna do it where we both like it. But us women, we like to take over, like revamping, decorating. Sometimes they come and they're like, "Oh, let's put this blue wall." That's tacky. You're not getting that blue wall. So where do you find that middle ground? To be able to do this business together and get along doing it, at the end of the day, being able to work with your partners, not so easy
It's
all
not-
day,
it's
because
not
you're with
easy,
him in the
yeah.
day and you're with him in the night.
girl.
So you have him 24/7. I don't know if I could get. I can't
ain't
do that.
easy. It ain't
I need a
easy.
break.
Yeah.
I need to stay away a little bit. I need a
No, but I
break.
think it's important to have your own identity outside of your partner.
Yeah,
and to
for
have
sure.
your healthy outlets,
Yes.
Yes.
but also knowing each other's
So,
boundaries.
so I'll let her go first with that because I'm curious to hear.
No, I was gonna say I think it's important to know when you should sit in the passenger seat and let them sit in the driver's seat, and vice versa. That way, you guys can be a little bit more cohesive with ideas. That way, you guys aren't going, because if you're both trying to be in the driver's seat, then it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? If you're both trying to be in the passenger seat, then ain't shit gonna happen, right? So I think knowing when to play each role is really important.
Who's the submissive in the
that's what
relationship?
I'm
Who's the
literally
submissive
Who's
one?
the submissive? Definitely not him.
Definitely
Sure.
like him. No,
It's definitely
no.
not him.
Not him.
So I'm
Because you seem real relaxed and cool and chill.
Yeah,
about
right.
it.
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
right.
right.
That's
Yeah,
what they
right.
all
No,
seem.
he's
That's
not
what they all
right.
seem.
Never.
okay.
He's the opposite.
So, my personality is definitely very dominant. So I'm very much like an alpha male.
What sign are you?
I'm a Leo.
Can't you
Leo.
tell?
Yeah.
And I'm a Cancer.
So I'll say this: being a founder of something, but then also wanting it to grow to be bigger than what it was in its inception, requires some foresight to know that collaborating with people is more important than competing with people. So for me, I had previously worked with other males and females. Not that I dated any of them, But I had worked with them, and I was kind of like an OG to them, kind of teaching them stuff because my background is in a lot of business. I have a master's degree in hospitality administration and marketing, project management certified at NYU. So all of this stuff was my corporate America experience. Right. So I came in with a business mindset, not a fitness mindset.
Got it.
So,
you came with that mentality as
yes.
also you were managing stuff already, so you
Right.
have that boss mentality,
Yeah. Right.
and a boss knows that they need a team.
Right.
I
Exactly.
understand that. So sometimes it doesn't mean that my employees get away with stuff, but I need them.
Yeah.
So I have to find a way where it's okay. Let's work together.
Exactly.
Because
Correct.
I need you like you need me.
That's right.
So you can't do this by yourself. So
Correct.
you definitely need.
So I always
right.
knew that, and I had tried to put together some very strong personalities back in 2017. This was before I had met Shy. I had my friend Indio Champ. I'm sure y'all know him because I see him walking around, stuff like that. So I had him, my guy Sam, two other females. Shout out to ICYUMB Ash, Vintage Bree. We all kind of came together, and I was like the glue. So I knew them all independently. We put them together. But unfortunately, back in 2017 in Kenilworth, when we tried to come together, it was just too much going on. And, everybody had different pathways to grow their brand. Yeah. So that kind of fizzled. And so when it was time to come back and formulate something again, I knew the importance of lowering egos, collaborating, having a strong vision and structure, but at the same time letting everybody else give their input.
And you forgot one thing: divine timing.
Oh, absolutely. So timing is everything, and I think everything that's supposed to be yours is going to be yours. The universe gives back the energy that you put out.
Exactly.
So it wasn't that I ever had bad intentions for anyone, even if it failed. Right. It was pure in its inception. So when it came time to do it again, it just was, okay, this energy is right together. Sometimes you might introduce an energy that might not be right. It could be a little cancerous, so you got to cut that out. Yeah. But at large, I think the power of us also dating each other. The
power of the love.
Yeah. Right.
And because she wants your best interest.
Correct.
So working as a power couple is more
Yes.
beautiful than you just working with a girl that worked somewhere and you was managing.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
As of with her, she's doing it with passion and
Correct.
love, and she wants the best for you.
Yeah.
So we work even 10 times harder when it's
Yeah.
your partner because you want to see him grow.
Yeah.
We want to grow. We want to do
Exactly.
stuff together because it's about us.
Yes.
It's a family thing. So you could go back to this person and
Sure.
offer what you're doing or ask them for something, and they're going to be there for you because they respect you. For back
So-
then, 10 years ago, when you loved me when I was nothing, when I didn't have anything, when I was struggling, and that's the importance of life. Learning how to
So with
value
Cardi-
relationships.
Absolutely.
So with Cardi in particular, I always admire her grind and how she came up, and I was doing some private security for her as she was growing with what she was doing, transitioning into an artist. So when I stopped doing that and I was working with other artists, she got too big for me to just be following her around all over the place. So she started hiring real teams and stuff. So as that grew, our relationship from afar was still cool. We still follow each other on the gram, and she's a real down to earth person. So when it came time for her to want somebody to help her with fitness, she DM'd me and said, I want to come to you. So I appreciate it.
Oh, so she DM you? That's amazing. Wow. You see, she didn't forget
most
about
of the
you.
people that come to me that knew me from the nightlife DM me. So it's not like I solicited to them and said.
And she's really down to earth, honestly.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that every time I've ran into her, she always shows me a lot of love because I don't know if you remember the beef between the bartenders and the strippers back in Stardust was real.
Yeah, it was.
But I was one of the ones that I didn't care. Like I remember we took a trip to DR and I was chilling with her in the pool having drinks or whatever, and the rest of most of the bartenders were like, "Ew, why are you hanging with this?"
Yeah, we'll take
I would just say, for men and women at large, obviously, the thought process is completely different. Sometimes, men might not lead with their emotions. They might lead with what they consider to be logic first. Whereas I feel like women's emotional intelligence is much better than men's, right? So you're going to lead and say what your feelings are and be very transparent and be very open, whereas the man sometimes might be guarded. And you also don't know what a man been through and what hurts he's going through and what traumas he's going through. So he might not put that out there for fear that you're going to make him look like a fool. You're gonna be playing him, or you got 4 men, right? You got 4 men. You're a beautiful woman. You got a lot of men and you got a lot of suitors. And sometimes in today's music, you know, that's something that's proliferated, where it's just like, yeah, use this man for that and use that man for this, and if you singing the song and you know you're using it in your audio online and stuff, like, how are we gonna know that that's not what your thought process is like? Because you just think it's a dope song, but we thinking like maybe that has now corrupted your spirit a little bit, where you know you're using us for different things, and some people are very open. Like, yeah, I got a man to pay for dinner. I got a man to pay for that. This man is the man I sleep at night with. This is the man. So when you think like that as a man, you can feel very guarded to be like, I'm not going to be used in that way too. So I know you have the women's viewpoint of it, but I'm telling you from a man's viewpoint, we think about that and we like, man,
but I think it started from men playing around and women trying to take charge now of this situation. That's what I think.
I think
easier.
It's
nice to say that.
We just have to start. Like, the thing is, like, we have to create a culture of being transparent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Correct.
Keeping it real, being honest and upfront.
Correct.
But the problem is most people don't know what they want. Yeah. Right? If you
Well,
don't know what you want, then come back.
You know
yeah, exactly. I agree.
So.
Okay. I still feel like, you know, there has to be a level of selflessness.
It's okay, babe.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
It's
alright.
okay to lose sometimes. It's okay. It's a moment you're gonna lose
alright.
today. He's
Listen,
like, okay,
I'm
I'll take that L.
here. It's okay.
It's okay. It's 3 against 1.
Yeah.
We'll beat you up here. All right.
I know.
He knows when to shut
All
up.
right,
See,
well,
I like
we wanna
that.
thank you for being today.
Yes.
You guys are amazing. We could chat forever
Thank you.
with you guys.
Yes.
But we're definitely going to catch back with you guys at the gym.
Yes.
We look forward
Please
to
come
many
up.
Level up
Level
Fitness
up
Studio.
Fitness
Definitely.
Studio, New Jersey.
Yes.
Let us know because we will be there. We will sponsor.
Yes.
We'll be there.
Matter of fact, we're probably going to be throwing a big birthday party, a Cancelio party again.
Yeah.
Last time we threw one, we had a number of big people come out, from Mary J. Blige to this one to that one.
Yeah.
You know, up in that
You can
area
bring
of
the
Jersey.
crew.
Yeah.
You
Listen.
can make it happen.
Yeah,
Listen.
That'll be fine.
definitely. That would be
Because of the relationships I have with a lot of people, I would hope that, you know, we have such a dope, diverse community inside a level of some huge, amazing entrepreneurs too, that when they come out, they bring the whole city out for stuff. So
God is going to bless you accordingly because He's seen your work and how much you guys have.
Absolutely.
So I want you to tell us, our subscribers and our fans, your Instagram and where we
Yes.
could find you guys.
Yes.
Okay, so you go first, baby.
My Instagram is Body by Shy, BODYBYSHY. On Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, it's all the same.
And mine is FITKING PLEM. Again, our gym is Level Up Fitness Studio, located in Fort Lee, New Jersey. That's 1642 Schlosser Street. If you're in the Bronx, if you're in Harlem, if you're in Manhattan and you hear this is a 15-minute ride right over to GWB. Of course, if you're in North Jersey and you can stomach some of the traffic going in that direction, then come see us. You know, we'll hook you up with a nice consultation. You'll do a body scan. We'll find out all about your internal health. And then we could recommend from there, you know, how to best help you with your nutrition as well as your training.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us here in Empower Hour. Make sure you guys follow us. Stay in tune with us. We're going to be having all types of interviews every week. Stay in tune with me and Liv. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you so much.
Love it, of course.
Appreciate having
Thank you.
Thank you so much.